Welcome to Mando and Friends. My name is Mando Fresco, and today I am with a very special friend. Today, we have the amazingly talented actor, singer, TV personality, ya influencer también. Guru.
Just
Jaime,
throw more.
Jaime Camil. What's up, Jaime? How are you?
What's up, my man?
Brother.
Ay, carajo, pum. ¿Cómo estás, Mando? Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited because Mando is the kind of guy that, you know, gets all the drops of the sneakers and the kicks and everything. So Mando wants me to feel terrible about myself, right? So he goes, "Oh, you also got these ones, right? The Adidas,
the Mexico City,
the azulejos, Mexico City." And I'm like, "Yes, Mando, but unlike you, I have to beg for them. You just get them."
That
right?
is not true.
It is true. It is true. And Timothy, I'm talking to you, right? I'm talking to you, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, no. Oh, listen, can you please hook me up? And they're like, who do you think you are, Mando? I'm like, all right, you don't have to be. Just say no. But you don't have to like make me feel terrible.
No, Timothy loves you. He loves you.
I love Timothy. He's the best. He's the best.
Now, Jaime, I'm so excited to have you
Thank
on
you, man. Same
because you are a star, not just like figuratively. You are a star in you know our gente's eyes.
Qué lindo, man. Thank you very much.
It's beautiful everything you do, and you know I'm excited to talk about your journey up until this point because I know you,
Gracias.
as we talked prior to hitting record, you're gonna take over the world.
Exactly.
Right?
Whitney and I.
You and Whitney.
Whitney and I, my publicist, we're going to take over the world. It's a very targeted conquista del world that has to do with the PR world. Yes, it's very targeted, but yes, we will.
Now,
Eventually.
yeah, so I'd love to take it back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to when you know you're growing up in Mexico. Or you know you're from Mexico City.
Correct.
When was it that moment where you knew you were going into entertainment? Do you remember that?
Yes, of course. Well, always. No, my mom is from Brazil.
Yeah.
So she passed me through the umbilical cord, the artistic side of you know this is called show business.
Yeah.
Many people don't get that it's called show business. Some people think it's called show or business or whatever. But I was very privileged because my dad was a very respected businessman, and my mom a complete artist. Like she paints, she writes music, she was a singer. So I had through the artistic side pass on to me through the umbilical cord. So that's very difficult to deny, right? It's like it's there. It's like it's not like right. So I knew it. You know, I me encerraba en mi cuarto, like I locked myself in the door.
Yeah.
And I watched some magazines. No, wait, what? No. No, I meant.
Can we cut this?
I meant, and I sang.
Oh,
and I sang. So I put, like, for example, Men at Work or Billy Joel or even Quiet Riot, like crazy bands. And I just grabbed my lamp, my study lamp, which I never used for study because I was not a good student, and I used it as my microphone.
wow.
I sang like out loud, and I always imagined myself in front of thousands of people. And I just, I had the thing about the artistic side always growing up, right? My dad had a very strong personality, and he, of course, wanted me to pursue business.
Yeah.
So telling someone that is el clásico macho de Torreón, Coahuila, Mexico, that you might not follow his lead.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, right? But eventually we had many talks, and here I am.
How long did that take for your dad to be receptive?
I was actually going out with a famous singer. We were girlfriend and boyfriend, and I told her, I'm like, you know what? I really want to pursue the artistic and the entertainment business. And she was like, well, talk to your dad. Talk to your dad about it. Ask for a serious meeting with him and talk. So I'm like, Dad, I need to talk to you. I'm going to your office. And he was like, oh yeah, oh shit, like it's getting deep, right? Like what is this? Yeah, sure, come. And I'm like, listen, you always told me that men should feel the same satisfaction.
Yeah.
Well, Sigmund Freud said that men, ideally they should feel the same satisfaction they felt with their toys in their job.
I love that.
And I don't want to do this marketing thing and this pursuing business. I really want to do the entertainment business. And I think that he probably thought that I was going to tell him that my girlfriend was pregnant. So any other news other than that,
it was a relief.
Was well received.
Yeah.
It's like, yes. Oh, you want to be an astronaut? Wait, yeah, sure, whatever. So he was very kind. He understood. It was a serious meeting. And then he said, you know what? Good. That's fine. Yeah. If you want to shine shoes for a living, that's fine. But if I get to the Zócalo, in Mexico, the big plaza, the Zócalo, the main plaza is like, that's where all the shoe shiners are. I mean, mainly all over the city, but there. He was like, if I get to the Zócalo and you want to shine shoes and they don't tell me, oh, you know what, sir? That Camil guy in the corner, he's the best. Like he will leave your shoes shining like no one else. And I'm like, the pressure, no? So I'm like, do you know how competitive the entertainment business is? But at least he gave me that drive of always, seeking for excellence and always trying to be the best that I could in everything that I did.
My dad, when he was growing up he's from Colima, Mexico.
Colima, wow.
And when he was growing up, he would tell the girls that he was interested in que trabajaba en un banco, right? Which translates into, you worked at a bank. The thing is, un banco is also a small little stool. A
stool, exactly.
A little chair where you
sit down to shine shoes.
Bola los zapatos.
Bolear los zapatos, claro.
So that's what he would do. Volaba zapatos. But he would, ¿tú qué haces? Yo trabajo en un banco.
Exacto.
and that was his line, bro. And it worked.
Of course it worked, claro.
Was he lying?
No. Listen, it's your interpretation. It's cada quien la interpretación de cada quien.
Right. Speaking of your pops or of dads, I know he was in business.
Yeah.
And you also went to school and majored in business, right?
I was 4 months short of graduating.
Now, when
I think that to rebel a little bit against my dad because I didn't tell you this, but at the same time he was like, yeah, sure, whatever, but at least finish a career. Mm-hmm. You have to finish a career to have some backup. I don't know why they think this, right? That you have, right? Like finish a career. I'm like, yeah, I want to finish a career at a university where you pass by giving liquor bottles to the teachers. And that's how you get a good grade.
Yeah.
That will serve me for what exactly, right? So just to rebel against the system or whatever, I was 4 months short of graduating.
Now I'm sure you have applied some of that business knowledge because how you said show business. It's a show and it's a business. Yeah. What percentage do you think is a business now for you?
I think it depends. Each case, right? It depends because when you're closing a deal for a new project, mm-hmm. I am also very interested in reading the contracts. I understand the law. I understand how the clauses, what they say, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. And I think that that's the beauty of having an education without a doubt. But I also think that common sense gives you, or life experiences, getting to know a lot of people, traveling, culture, ¿cómo se llama? Broadening. Am I using that word?
Yep.
Like broadening your frontiers, mm-hmm. like, which is a little bit what's happening in the world right now. Like if you're like a hardcore like right winger or left winger, it's like you don't allow yourself to think outside of this little niche of information that you have, because if you open that circle, it's overwhelming, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, diversity, inclusion, tolerance, love, putting myself in other people's shoes. No. So boom, they go back to their closed little thingy of Facebook groups and conspiracy theories, and they feel safe there. They're super safe there because they only need to know things. They only need to know about 3 things, and they don't even know them well. But at least they're only 3 things, not 100, right? So it's not that overwhelming. Pero te digo, it depends, because I love to be in front of a camera. I love to direct as well, to produce. And that's when I really apply the knowledge in business, which I also got by learning, by watching my dad, by watching his friends, by watching other friends do business. I think that no quiero menospreciar. I don't want to diminish what an amazing college does for you, because of course there are great colleges out there.
Yeah.
But some things, I think life also takes care of teaching you certain things.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
And that's the gap, right, between the ¿cómo se llama? Lo académico y lo profesional.
Yeah.
There's like a huge gap there, right? Like maybe not anymore, but back in the day, I mean, we're very young.
Yeah.
You and I were
Yeah,
extremely
of course. Yeah.
And,
in our 30s.
Exactly, in our 30s. And but I think there's a big gap there between the academic world and the professional world. That's why sometimes when you finish college, you go out and you're like, holy,
right,
real world is so much different than school.
Right. And I always said that I started in radio, and I always said that I went to the best radio school in the world. Excuse me, because when I was 18, I started at the biggest hip hop radio station here in Los Angeles, Power 106. I was there for 15 years.
15, wow.
Yeah,
Man.
I was there for 15 years. Just last year is when I graduated. I graduated last year in January. Now, I learned so much going and living in La Escuela de la Vida.
La Escuela de la Vida, man. That's it. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. And 18-year-old kid from LA with nobody in the entertainment business. I learned it all on my own, right? And it's a beautiful thing when that happens, and when life teaches you, good and bad lessons.
Right? 100%.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned in your career?
There are many. There are many. But when I give like se llaman commencement speeches, right? I don't know why lately. It depends on your mood, right? You change your. But lately, I've been in the mood of telling people, embrace your ignorance, embrace it, because when you embrace your ignorance, that's the only way you have of learning things.
Yeah.
Some people lately are so afraid of being vulnerable or embracing ignorance because they feel they're gonna look like morons. Oh no, I cannot afford to look like a moron. Like, dude, fuck that. Embrace your ignorance, because your ignorance will only feed your curiosity.
Yeah.
It will only feed your hunger for knowing about life and knowing about things. It's perfectly fine not to know certain things and sometimes give an opinion and look like a that you, it's fine. I love that, because that's a great opportunity for you to learn.
Vulnerability too.
Vulnerability. I don't know if you know Justin Baldoni, my dear friend that played.
Yes.
He has a beautiful podcast called Man Enough.
Yep.
And he talks about that.
I love that.
About undefining masculinity.
Oh my gosh.
And in con nuestra gente, like the Latino peeps and everything, misogyny is so big and pero whatever. It's yo creo que es importante to embrace your ignorance, right? And I think that's one of many advices you could give. No.
What do you say? I mean, not what do you say? How have you been able to break that cycle of machismo in your life, you think?
I truly don't know. I think I don't know.
I think vulnerability is definitely.
Well, also what I do for a living. I'm an actor. I live off of my emotions.
Yeah.
I touch people's feelings and emotions on a daily basis. That's what I do, and I have to be always very in touch with my feelings and my emotions to perform, to do what I do, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I was like the stereotypical macho or whatever, or I don't know. Maybe it was the way my friends that I had the privilege of knowing a lot of cultures, maybe traveling a lot and seeing the difference of what's right and what's wrong. I truly don't know. That's a great question, man, and I really don't have the answer.
How would you say you're raising your little one, right?
Yeah, Elena is, well, she's going to be 10 in a couple of weeks, and Jaime just turned 7.
How are you raising, Jaime as a
Dude,
boy?
with complete honesty and sincerity and inclusion and diversity and explaining how the world rolls. And of course, we are like wielding into the Catholic religion, but my friend Donna, my friend Jacob is Jewish. Can I please celebrate one of their holidays? Which one is it? I don't remember. But can I? And I'm like, sure, let's go. Let's light up the. What is it?
Hanukkah.
No,
right?
the menorah, you call it?
Oh, the menorah.
Menorah, right? Yeah, let's light up the menorah with them, definitely, and pray with them, and just inclusion, man.
Yeah.
We are human beings. Hey, what the hell is wrong with the people like trying to divide and do this thing? It's like, stop it with that. It's no longer trendy. That's totally 60s, totally 70s. It's no. So very openly, the other day, my son, Elena, actually, my daughter comes when she was in, I don't know, 2nd grade. Oh, guess what? My teacher showed us, Mr. Newman, I'm going to say, but if I'm not saying their names, we're good, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're fine.
Who lives in, no.
Whose phone number is.
Whose phone number is.
Whose social security number is.
No, Mr. Newman was like, he showed us a picture of him, his dog, and his husband.
Yeah.
I'm like, amazing, right? What do you like the family? See a beautiful family? Oh, Dad, a beautiful family. You just have to be like that.
Yeah.
Now imagine how many people would go like, that's a sin.
Yeah.
He's gonna burn in hell. Stop it.
Yeah.
Racism, hate, you learn those things. You are not born with them. They're not in your DNA. They're hating and all of these horrible sentiments, they are taught, right? ¿Estoy hablando bien inglés?
No, super.
They're taught. They're not like embedded in your DNA. You learn them through your parents or your relatives. So we have to be careful with that.
No, yeah.
Es que, Mando, you're talking very like deep.
Hey, this is what you signed up for.
How many we have 180 minutes in the card? We're gonna need 300, please.
This is what you signed up for.
I know, I love it. I love it.
I just think it's important. It's important for our people, that love you, to see how you're just, you're breaking stigmas and cycles, and it's a beautiful thing, man.
Thanks, man.
I grew up in a very similar family dynamic where my dad is Mexicano y macho y
igual que el mío.
When I told him I wanted to do, radio and television and be in entertainment, he's okay. No, he I know we joked about, the bank earlier, el banco, but he wanted to just see me in a suit, right?
Claro.
Like, whatever it is. Hey, you wear a suit at the bank, like just work at the bank. Like
te aplicó, I'm sure he told you the same, like a stereotypical line. Everybody's a drug addict in that thing. Everybody's gay in that line of work. It's like, no, like not really, but okay, let's go with that.
Right. And if that was the case, it's okay.
Exactly, totally. Right? But for an old generation of Mexican machos, like your dad from Colima, my dad from Torreón, pues imagínate, it's like.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Cuéntanos.
It wasn't until I was about 5 years into my career, Jaime, and I invited my mom and my dad to a Chente concert.
Oof.
It was here in Hollywood. They got front row, and then I had them meet Chente.
No. Bueno, ya, el hijo prodigio, güey. Así como.
They met Vicente Fernandez. And up until then, my dad was like, on a regular, mijo, ya agarra otro trabajo.
Como,
agarra otro trabajo.
Have you seen my paychecks? Like, you're telling me to get another job because? It's like, give me something to work with here, no?
And then once he met Chente, the next day, mijo, síguele.
Mijo, síguele. La siguiente, Paquita la del barrio. Looking ahead of who he wanted to meet.
Yes. 1000%.
Me encanta, me encanta.
And it wasn't until that moment, you know, that was like 5 years into my career, and it took a lot of work on my end for my dad to approve.
Now, but do you think you gave me the permission to ask questions, Mando? Do you think that's because? ¿Cómo te explico esto? No es tanto que no.
It's not that they didn't believe. It's that they just didn't understand.
Fully understand. Exactly. Easy.
That's what it was. You know, my dad he breaks his back for like 30 plus years.
Easy.
You know, that's what he knows. He doesn't know anyone in radio or television or in entertainment. So nor
that he would know how to like maybe deal with those. Maybe he thought that those people were all like stuck up, like whatever. He's like, no, they don't. No sales, no. I don't know,
and
man.
they want the safe route for us, right? As parents.
Also the safe, and also maybe I think I got my thought back. Maybe it was like him wanted to make sure that you were succeeding in that line of work. I don't know. And maybe it's just old school thinking, man. Maybe it's just old school thinking.
Yeah.
Like no. This is like for this kind of work you're doing is for privileged ones.
Yes.
Para los artistas, para los Vicentes Fernandez.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
No sé. I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of Vicente.
Un saludo. ¿Tu papá está con...
Yes.
Still around? Armando, we're not being disrespectful, Armando. We respect you, we love you, we send you our love. Pero si no va a ser que luego me encuentro a Armando en la calle y me da una cachetada, güey. Va a decir, ¿qué le está diciendo a mi hijo usted, cabrón? ¡Pum! No, Armando, peace.
If you're going to give a shout out to my dad, you got to give a shout out to my mom now.
Con respeto, Armando, y a tu
Mónica.
mamá. Y a Mónica, un saludo con mucho cariño. Me va a cachetear Armando, güey.
Yeah, my mom, I could already hear, ¿y por qué no me mandó saludos a mí? You know, if you're gonna do that, it's like kids, right?
Sí, claro. Sí.
If you gotta get a gift,
love to one, love to the other, exactly. Si no es, ¿por qué quieres más a puta? Elena is doing that lady like, Dad, I think you kind of love Jaime more than me. And I'm like, no, my love, of course not. You were the first one. I couldn't care about... No, wait. No, I do care about him, but...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you do it to the other, you got to give it to the other one for sure. Speaking of Vicente, you are taking part of this epic new...
Heavy, no?
Mega. You are playing Vicente Fernandez.
Yes, it's crazy.
Tell me...
It's crazy,
all
man.
of it.
It's just the honor... and the privilege and the challenge as an actor is just, I don't want to think about it too much because it's kind of overwhelming, but it's just, he's God. He's God. And now that you know, as you start to study him and understand where he comes from and the struggles y la tenacidad que él tuvo siempre to conquer the world and to single-handedly put ranchera music in the radar in the world's radar, right? It's just incredible and how difficult it was for him. And he shined shoes for a living, and he was an albañil. ¿Cómo se dice albañil en inglés? A construction worker.
Yes.
Me gusta más la palabra en español, es más bonita. Es más artesanal. Un albañil, a mechanic. He washed cars. Pero, you know, the level of honor he had and the level, the ethic and the honor and his word was heavier than que todo.
Yeah.
So learning about him and understanding him, it has been such a gift, Mando, such a beautiful thing as an actor to learn about him. And every time you do biopics, you know, people understand. The majority of the audience understands that, you know, it's an appreciation or an interpretation of a character.
Right.
No one is going to be Vicente Fernandez, not even in your wildest dreams. No one can sing like him. No one no one will ever be a carbon copy of such iconic individuals. Just like Jennifer Lopez is not Selena, just like Diego Boneta is not Luis Miguel, Joaquin Phoenix is not Johnny Cash, Remy Malek is not Freddie Mercury. You know, it's an interpretation of the character.
Right.
And you use the tools of your profession to para hacerlo lo mejor posible, the best that you can. Pero with Vicente, it's funny because when you think about somebody doing Vicente, you immediately go to the parody, a la caricatura, no, to the impersonators.
Right.
And that's a little thing we have working against us because we, as an actor, you want people to connect emotionally and via the heart with a character, right? His mannerisms, the way he moved, the way he talked, the way he sang, es como el betún del pastel. That's the superficial decoration, right? As an actor, what you wish for, what you expect is for people to connect emotionally with a character and understand his struggles. And whenever we have a scene, for example, when there was a time that the record company thought about canceling the contract because he wasn't selling records. And Chucho Aguilera, his best friend, was kind of like selling a little bit better than him. So they kind of like put his contract in pause. And of course, there's a lot of cinematographical licenses with the story because it's a Caracol Televisión and Netflix. They're doing such a beautiful job cinematographically speaking on the image of the series. It's so beautiful, Mando. You have no idea how beautiful it is. It looks like como una película del cine dorado de Mexico. It's such a beautiful, well-executed show. But you want people, when you have this scene where they say, no, your contract is no longer, we're no longer gonna, you have to see the struggles. Man. When you see him, you have to understand that, man, another obstacle in this honorable man's life.
Man.
It's te digo, 300 minutos. ¿Cómo que 180, man? No, there's, I'm not going to bore you with that, but with the sentimentalisms.
How far into it are you at the moment?
We're recording songs now. We are recording his songs, and and I'm just watching a load of interviews. I don't want to see him perform per se. I want to see him a lot of interviews, a lot of how he conducted himself. There are no private home videos of him, right? So the closest you get of him being normal is when he was being interviewed by Veronica Castro, by the shows he went in Spain and all of that. So I try to see that, and I try to understand. It's it's a process. It's a process of creating a character that has a lot of steps and a lot of phases to get there. Pero es muy interesante, man. It's such a. I love what I do. I adore what I do.
As a fan, as a Chente fan,
sí.
What goes through your mind when you're recording these songs?
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I hear them and I understand the words and the time when these songs were recorded and how.
Wow.
He broke the mold. Like ranchero music, no siempre el macho, cabrón, te chingo, México, todo soy. And suddenly he was like influenced by his wife, by Cuquita, was like, there's a beautiful scene where he's very, very emotional with her and opens up his heart. And Cuca was like, why don't you sing about this? Why don't you sing? Wow. No, because los charros, they don't sing about love. Yeah. They sing about betrayal and macho. You did this to me, then I'm gonna forget you. The hell with you, like macho, right? And then he recorded Volver. No,
wow.
And nobody wanted. No, their label company was like, "You're crazy, man. You don't have to do that." And he was like, "I'm gonna do it." And he single-handedly paid for the recording, did it, and I think that song lived his career.
Volver.
There's so many things.
That song in particular, when you play Volver, when you play El Rey
is iconic. El Rey is crazy.
When you play that song, the entire room erupts. I played those songs at the LAFC stadium at the Bank of California.
Yeah.
At Mexico,
at our
Mexico
cathedral, Mando.
Sí,
Lávense la boca cuando digan LAFC.
Yes, I love how passionate you are about football and of course our
LA.
LAFC. It's funny because I'm playing music and I can see everyone and I've seen you, dancing at times and stuff, having a great time, man.
I go to the Capo Stand 3 with Julio Ramos. I get up in the Capo Stand and I lead the chants.
Oh, I've seen you. Yes. So what drove you to be so passionate about LAFC?
They invited me to a game. Rich does a very good job in getting like actors and influencers and whatever to the game because he wants to, once you get there and you understand, and my family, the 3252, when you see them at the North End going crazy, you're like, I want to be a part of this. No? But then and they never invited me to other teams' games ever, but they invited me to the LAFC. I'm like, sure. I told my wife, let's go. We have nothing better to do. Let's go to. And I enter that stadium. I'm like, dude, de aquí soy, cabrón. O sea, de aquí soy, cabrón. ¿Qué pedo es esto? What in the world is happening here? The energy, the everything.
Yes.
Everything. I'm like, this is my team. This is my team, period. From that day on, I have not missed a single freaking game. Wow. I've gone to Portland to the away games. I went to Houston to this season, which is not a very good season for us, to be honest. But you never lose the hope, right?
Of course.
El hope es lo último que se pierde. I went to their first away game in Houston. Then we went to Portland. Then we went to another place. Like I really follow them and I love my team and I support them. Cantamos en las buenas y en las malas, as you know. So,
Sha la 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 la. LAFC.
Me sé todas. Dime cuál quieres que te cante. La más difícil, Somos del Barrio Angelino.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. It's very lengthy and very long.
So what does it give you when you're there? You take your family.
My kids are, kids. Kids, they will follow their dad's lead or their mom's lead, right? So they love LAFC, but also because they see how passionate I get, and of course they want to bond, right, with dad. But they're hardcore LAFC fans. And they love them. And this game,
the recent game,
que ya pasó, el de San Jose, it's at 12, so it's a great time to go with all the family because when they play at 7:30, 8 o'clock, that's their bedtime to go to school. So it's but we're gonna go, the whole family. We go when it's like a noon or a 2 o'clock game. We all go there, and we have a blast. We have a great time, a great time. It's so fun. The stadium is beautiful. It's just incredible. I love my team, and I love how they play and everything they do. There we have great players now. We have Chicho. Musovski is mi gallo, eh? Danny Musovski to me is the best player. He touches the ball and he scores.
Yes.
And then when Carlos Vela gets in the he's the king. So whenever he gets on the field, todo el mundo como que pierde un poco su mojo, ¿no? Como, ay, güey. Y es como, no, güey. Es como, vamos, cabrón.
Yeah.
So Musovski, remember when they were playing in the Orlando bubble?
Yep.
Dude, Musovski touched the ball and he scored. Yeah. Every single freaking time that kid touched the ball, he scored.
Yeah.
I mean, you have amazing players, of course, Atuesta and Cifuentes and Palacio. I mean, you have Chicho Arango, who's doing an amazing job right now. Blessing, que es como el alma, ¿no? The soul of the team.
Yeah, everybody loves
ese little firecracker, Moon One. We have so many, man. We have so many.
Yeah. Do you play?
Not professionally, of course. I used to play a little bit with friends because it is the national sport in Mexico.
Yeah.
So whenever you get together with friends, te echas una cascarita, ¿no?
Yeah.
Pero, yeah.
When was the last time you played?
A long time ago. I'm dying to play. A friend of mine, Julio Ramos does like games every weekend.
Yeah.
But I've been with my family, or we go on the RV, or we go out on the boat. So no he ido, carajo, pero I'm dying to go.
Now tell me, how good is the music at the Bank of California?
It is the best. No comparison whatsoever. Oh, you think like Studio 54 was hot? No, hombre. No han vivido. You have to go to the Bank of California. It's the best music.
Check is in the mail.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. I just love how passionate you are about the sport, and how passionate you are about, I mean, really everything you do. So into your, before even acting, I know that you did a little bit of, we have something in common.
Yes.
Radio,
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
I loved it. Radioactivo 98.5. We were working in a company called Z Publicidad. The owner of that company was Alejandro González Iñárritu, the Oscar-winning director of The Revenant and many Birdman and many other films.
That's crazy.
And Martín Hernandez, Oscar-nominated audio, ¿cómo se llama? Diseño de audio. How's that in English?
Like audio design?
Yeah, the guy that puts together all the FX and everything. Sound design. Thank you. He has been nominated twice or 3 times for an Academy Award, Martín Hernandez, but he was the voice of Mexico radio in the 80s or 90s. And he designs sound for Alejandro González Iñárritu's films. So we were all doing radio when we were kids.
Wow. That's what would you say that you learned during your time in radio? What did that do for you?
Nah, it was fun, man. It taught me to every job that I do, I really do it with passion.
Yeah.
Like it was the last job in my life, or any project I do acting wise, I approach it like it's the last acting gig I will ever have. Yeah. And in my opinion, that's the only way to approach life, man. Porque life is the future is so uncertain. Yeah. Life is so short that if you don't approach things with a tremendous amount of passion, then para qué, no?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that doesn't drive my wife crazy. Sometimes she's like, dude, ya, güey. Like, yeah. You are picking up the dog's poop. You shouldn't be that passionate about it. Yeah, no. It's come on.
Hey, this is what you married into,
sí.
You know?
Lo siento, eso sí. Pero no, soy muy intenso. I can be very intense and very passionate, but I love that about myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Me caigo muy bien, hijo, la neta. La neta, me caigo muy bien. Oye, ¿cómo te cae Camil? No, es un mamón. No, me caigo bien.
I love that. So, speaking of yourself, que te caes bien.
¿Tú cómo te caes, Mando?
Más o menos.
No, te caes a toda madre. Todos nos caemos bien aquí, ¿no? Claro, güey.
Now, this next section of the program is sponsored by Verizon. Verizon partnered up with Oi Health to offer discounts and savings on telehealth services en tu idioma for customers and their families. And as you guys know, health, and not just physical health, but mental health too, is so important. So for this next question, I want to highlight mental health in nuestra comunidad. Jaime, how would you say you take care of your mental health?
Claro. Well, I did a movie about it. My movie, My Boyfriend's Meds, or Las Píldoras de mi Novio, was about that. It's a movie about a guy that it's bipolar, he tiene a lot of mental conditions. And of course, approaching that movie was, as an actor, it's a comedy, it's a rom-com. But at the same time, when I talked to the director, I'm like, dude, we're not going to make fun of mental health issues. It's a very important thing that really affects our community. You know how Latinos, no. Oiga, señora, your husband, like, kissed you yesterday, and in 10 minutes after that, he slapped you, and then he kissed you. No, es que ya lo conoce. No. Es que he is fucking bipolar. O sea, he should talk to someone. No, o sea, I don't know. It's we have to be open about it. So the movie, I don't know if you watched it, but there was a scene where he goes like rips his pants off, and he's like in this euphoric, because bipolarity, when you're like super euphoric, estoy usando bien la palabra?
Sí.
Eufórico. Your brain convinces you that it's perfectly fine to grab a girl in the middle of the dance floor and have sex with her, and everybody cheering you on, and you're like, yeah. Like, it's not like you're like, it's a brain thing. Just like when you're in a very, very deep state of depression, your brain will convince you that it's perfectly fine to jump off a building.
Yeah.
That's exactly. So whenever you see people that don't understand these conditions, they're, oh, he committed suicide. Ah, what a coward. Que cobarde. It's like, no, it's in his mind and the level, that the chemistry of how his brain was working, it was completely justifiable, what he did. Completely, like, of course.
Yeah.
So I wanted to open the conversation of mental health issues with the film. At the same time, I wanted you to see, when you have the close-up of the character, to look into his eyes and go like, oh, he's not a happy camper. Oh, he's not having a, wow, he's not enjoying himself. It's really, so yes, it was a beautiful project we did, funny and everything. I believe it's the #1 stream movie in pantalla.
Yes, of course, the app.
The app, and I loved it. Unfortunately, we opened and COVID hit, so the theaters closed. But it was a beautiful project, and we talked about mental health.
Yeah, well, I think it's a beautiful thing for people like yourself, people like us, to speak about mental health, because there's such a big stigma, especially in the Latino community.
Sí, sí.
You hear therapy. No estoy loco.
Claro.
I would.
Me curo solo. I can take care of it.
And it's like, no, that's not what therapy is. That's not what therapy, is. And I think you're very transparent with your following on social media and things like that.
Well, I don't have a team. Every single letter that goes on my social media, I write it.
That's beautiful. What would you say is your #1 thing that you do that helps you on, stressful or overwhelming days?
No, I think, but I think this comes with age also. When you're younger, eres más impaciente.
Sí.
You're more impatient. With age comes more understanding of.
Yeah.
To be perfectly technical. Es un término psicológico.
I think that's a medical term.
That's a medical term.
Yeah.
Exactly. You understand. That's how we call that in the medical field. No. So you just understand. You stop. You understand. You assess the situation. You understand what's in your control, what you can do, what you can't do.
Yeah.
And you have to make peace with that. I know it sounds like, oh, yeah, sí, claro, güey, no, facilísimo, tu pedo, no? I'm not saying it's easy, but I think that I've learned with time and with experiences and to understand what I can change and what I can change and what I can't change.
Right.
And once you make peace with that, I think you get a clearer understanding on how to approach challenges or difficulties or obstacles in life. And you kind of like design a path.
Yeah.
On, I don't know. It's
yeah. And would you say are there some physical things that you do, like go for a hike or go for a run or swim or play a sport or listen to music that helps you relax?
No, maybe breathing.
Yeah.
Maybe like deep breaths and control. I used to do the motorcycle a lot. I used to love. I have them there, but nobody wants to. Do you ride, Mando?
I don't.
Do you guys ride? No one wants to ride with me. Y me caigo muy bien.
Yeah. So you ride with yourself?
Yes, I ride myself, and apparently the feeling is not mutual with my friends. I only like myself. Apparently they don't like me. I don't care. No. I used to have some friends that ride with me, but they travel a lot and they don't go as often. But to me, because everything I do it passionately. It was like, okay, let's commit. Yeah. Every Sunday, Malibu Canyons.
Yes.
And we ride like crazy. And their commitment lasts for one day. And that's messed up, man.
Yeah. One Sunday, and they show up. One Sunday, and that's it.
That was amazing. When do we do it again? Oh, how about 2025? No, that's not, no.
Yeah, that's not every
every Sunday means every week. No, every pinche Sunday de año bisiesto. ¿Cómo se dice año bisiesto en inglés? When February has 29 days.
A leap year. A leap year.
Not every leap year Sunday. No way. It's every week.
I recently started getting into bike riding.
Oh, nice.
So not like motorcycle, but like, I'm pedaling away, and that helps me so much with my mental health, and I just love to I ride by the beach, so I love las olas, and then like the beautiful homes on this side.
Claro.
Just
so you take the el path que va from Venice to all the way to Malibu and Santa Monica. Oh, that's a beautiful path.
Yeah. And I love it. I love it so. Do you have a bike? Maybe
I do. I'm obsessed with Peloton. I love the Peloton bicycle, and because of that, I also do bicycling. And my wife loves it. So sometimes we go and we take the path. And es que ya with kids es diferente, man.
Yeah.
Okay, with kids is okay. My 7-year-old. Okay, Jaime, we're going from here, which is Venice, to Malibu.
What?
Wait, what? Oh, come on. It's a 45-minute ride. It's not that bad. What? So plans become, okay, we're going to go from the Venice Pier to the Santa Monica Pier, and that's it. And, halfway, they're like, Dad, I want to go home. So we have to find a time for my wife and I to do it alone.
Yeah, I love it. I love riding. It's something I picked
Have you done mountain?
No. Well, my bike is a fixie bike, so it's mostly for flat, flat land, right?
Okay. Pero es como un cruiser?
It looks like a mountain bike.
Okay.
But it has no gears.
It's electric?
No, it's not.
No.
He's like,
yes. I no sé por qué. I picture Mando en una pinche así, like cruiser bike morada, así como purple, with some like Hello Kitty on the and just riding as
with the what is it, like with the streamers on the sides?
Sí?
Yes.
Ajá. Claro. No.
That's my other bike.
Pero sabes qué? If you like it, because there are some like hardcore mountain bikes. Don't go that because you might die. And we want you around, Mando.
Thank you.
To be honest, we want you around.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Pero there's some very cool, and we live in California, man. We just drive 30 minutes, 1 hour, and you're in Big Bear, so we have so many trails. But they're very, and if you buy the ones that are electric, like gives you a little bit of a support when you're going up. It's super fun.
Yeah.
Yo quiero hacer eso. We should do it. We should commit right now, here and now, and do it together.
Let's do it. I will show up on Sundays.
Every Sunday, Mando? I will stalk you. Sí, güey.
Every Sunday.
Maldita la hora que invitamos a este cabrón. No, if you want, I'll do it. Let's rent first. Let's rent some bikes. Feel it out. We'll do it for your podcast. We can do a little episode of us going to mountain bike.
I would love to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I know something that you do is you do these really cool experiences. You shoot yourself, you record yourself going to like the games, the big LAFC Galaxy match. You record yourself, you do these vlogs.
Sí.
What do you love most about the vlogs? I know you.
Honestly, you should have a YouTube channel. Like, why am I going to have a YouTube channel? I'm not an influencer. I don't know how to do these things. No, you should, because it's very important for your social media platforms and ¿cómo se llama? Tu estrategia, your social media strategy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I don't know how to do it. So I was like, sure, let's do a YouTube channel just for fun. Then y voy yo, ¿no? Todo pinche passionate, boom, así a todo, güey, ¿no? And I'm like, you know what? I really enjoy my YouTube channel because I enjoy showing the people that follow me or my fans or whatever, a little piece of my intimacy with my friends, with my kids, with my wife. You know, of course, always protegiendo what you need to protect, obviously. I mean, some people will think it's super amazing to show people when you go to the bathroom. I don't think that's necessary, to be honest. But, but I do love shooting these videos with my family and the experiences with the RV or my trips or my red carpets or the behind the scenes of my shows. And apparently the people like it.
Yeah. And you did go on camping recently.
We own an RV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that considered glamping?
No, because our last trip was to Joshua Tree.
Okay.
And we did like boondocking. Now, boondocking is considered like, not really boondocking, but it is, because you're in the middle of Joshua Tree. There are no hookups. You don't have sewer, you don't have electricity, you don't have water, so you depend solely on your motorhome, right? Yeah. And it's super fun, man. I mean, we did it pero you need to learn, right? When you're washing the dishes, it's like, shh,
fast.
Shh. See, porque otherwise you finish the water,
agua, yeah.
And then or you will fill up the gray tank super fast. All these technical things that are too annoying to learn, but
are you do you consider yourself an outdoorsy type?
I
Yes.
could. I love more to be. I am more of a city folk, and I like the city better. But I have no problem doing outdoorsy stuff. No problem. I loved it. I loved it.
When would you say you officially started vlogging?
2 years ago.
Like was it
A year and a
right
half ago.
was it right before the pandemic or as,
Way before.
way before the pandemic?
Way before the pandemic. Yes.
And-
My
and-
first video was a visit to Hollywood Horror Nights, Universal Hollywood Horror Nights. Why do people do that to themselves? It's like, ha sido,
Yeah, of
que ha
course,
sido.
of course.
Es horrible, man. It's like, oye, tengo un corazón débil, güey. O sea, no me espanten. To keep, te salen this. It's fun. But my wife loves it. My wife loves the Hollywood Horror Nights thing.
During the pandemic, obviously everything stopped at quarantine, right? En la cuarentena, well, technology was a big part of what we were doing, from Zoom calls to obviously FaceTiming, a lot of social media content. Were you also vlogging during that time?
I did a couple of videos,
yeah?
like activities you could do with your family inside of the house. The Zoom schooling, they did
Yes.
the school through Zoom. We have a boat, so we go to Catalina a lot. So I vlog. It's vlog, right?
Vlog.
What
Yeah.
is vlog? Not blog. What's the difference?
It's a video blog.
Oh, and B is like right.
See.
Thank you.
I got you. I
Now I
got you.
know.
Anytime.
Thanks, brother.
Just text me. Whenever you need help with the social media jargon.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. So we
I'll take care of you.
Vlog.
Yeah.
And we went to Catalina and whatever. But yeah, we did a couple of videos during quarantine, but no one was in the mood of, I think, of doing videos. Or many people were actually, right, to create content and to stay relevant.
Now, this next section of the program is sponsored by Verizon 5G. It's 5G built right from the network more people rely on. 5G ultra wideband is available in parts of select cities, and 5G nationwide is available in 2,700 plus cities. Speaking of 5G, Jaime, I want to talk a little bit about technology. What role would you say tech plays in your life today?
No, but it's an amazing tool. I actually watched, I shot Schmigadoon during the pandemic. Yeah, crazy, right? Or those COVID tests, whatever. No, I think technology is a tool, man. It's a tool. It's a tool, and if you approach it as such, as a tool for you to make your life easier, to advance your work projects, a tool to reach out and connect with your fans, with people you love. It's incredible. The thing is that it's voy a sonar tan viejo ahorita. It's like such an old. Pero la verdad, güey. O sea, es como, come on, we can all disconnect for one day, ¿no?
Yeah.
O sea, me encantó when Instagram, like, what was it, 5 days ago? Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp died. Everybody was fine, man. Life went on.
Yeah.
The universe didn't implode. Nothing collapsed. It was fine. And maybe for those 5, 6 hours or 7 hours, people kind of like, refresh their brains, no?
Yeah, I have a few friends that are content creators, and they said it was like a mini vacation that day for
Definitely.
them.
Can you imagine considering 6 hours of vacation? It's like, dude, get a life. Your vacation should be at least 3 days. You shouldn't consider 6 hours, dude. Dude, what a vacation I had. It's like, what? No, man. ¿Qué te pasa, güey? Fueron 6 horas, güey.
Yeah.
O sea,
go for a real vacation.
yes, really. I learned that many years ago. I forgot my phone when I took a trip. I'm talking like ages ago when the iPhone came out first, like the second year that the iPhone came out. And I'm like, no, mames, my phone. And I went for a 3-day thing. And I came back. The universe was still there.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah. My project was still there. They were waiting for me. I'm like, but what happened? Well, we assumed you were on vacation. So we waited. What? You waited? ¿Cómo, cabrón? No, es como, pero sí, no pasa nada. Todo bien. Todo bien. El mundo sigue.
I love that.
El mundo sigue.
Jaime, what would you say is or was your biggest break or first?
Ugly Betty.
Ugly Betty. Yeah.
100%. La Fea Más Bella, the Mexican version of Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
There's a before and after of myself professionally with that project.
What did that project mean to you?
It was incredible. I was in New York. I was doing the Broadway show, The Mambo Kings, whenever it got to open, because the script needed some work and whatever. So the producers, Daryl and Jordan Roth, they decided to not to open.
Yeah.
We didn't open and then close. That would have been devastating. But they just decided not to open on Broadway. We did the pre-Broadway run. We went to the San Francisco, to the Golden Gate Theater. We had the same PR firm as Wicked. So it was very nice and very, very fun. A beautiful play. I'm sure we would have been very successful. But the book needed some work and whatever. So the producers decided to not to open on Broadway.
Yeah.
Right? And of course I was devastated because I thought I was going to be the Phantom of the Opera with my mask walking for 36 years on Broadway, like, you know. Y de repente, boom, se cancela y me hablan, oye, don't even get excited. You are our fourth option for this Colombian remake of Ugly Betty. I'm like, bueno, pues, how much are they going to pay? No, wait. You are fourth option, way.
We're not even there yet.
Yes, exactly. O sea, first, these three guys need to say no for us to consider. I'm like, oh, well, pues, I'm... Pero they said no porque era the worst time slot in Mexico. It was La Rosa de Guadalupe and us. Like, o sea, the worst time slot in Mexican television. And I'm like, well, sure. So finally I got it. And it revolutionized Mexican television.
Yeah.
Like, it broke the matrix, man. It was crazy. To this day, biggest telenovela in Mexican history.
Wow.
To this day. It's crazy. It's just, and of course, you know, 70 million people watched the season finale.
Wow.
Insane.
And you know, how many novelas hasn't there been?
Many. So, I haven't done that much, though. That's funny. I've done way more films. People think that I'm a telenovela actor, which I did 2 novelas at the beginning of my career. I'm like, this is not normal. Like, you cannot go, Mando, why haven't you called me?
And then I zoom in. Dun, dun, dun. And...
No, 2 pinches minutos. Y yo decía, güey, esto no es normal, güey. This is not normal. I mean, I respect the genre. The genre has been around for many, many years, and people love the genre. But to me, it wasn't natural. So then the third project, and I did like 5 projects total, but the third one, I did it, or the 6th project maybe, or 5. Few. So not like my friends that have done like 20, 25 novelas, right? I've done like 5 or 6. But then the third one was Betty La Fea. I mean, Leti La Fea. I'm like, this is a comedy? Come on. A girl that looks like this with a mustache?
Yeah.
Like, this is a comedy, right?
Yeah.
No. And then I was like, I would venture to say that we started the trend of doing novelas cómicas in Mexico.
Yes.
We did it because nadie lo estaba haciendo.
Yeah, no, I that's why I was saying, I mean, ¿cuántas novelas no han, you know, hecho?
Claro.
And to be one of the if not the biggest novela of all time, and that's huge.
And there have been great ones, like the Thalía novelas, amazing. Marimar, güey. Los ricos también lloran. There have been like many,
Dos
many
mujeres,
novelas.
un camino.
Dos mujeres, un camino. Yes.
That's a classic right there.
That's a classic, man.
Muchachitas.
Poncharelo.
Yes.
And Eric Estrada was in Dos Mujeres, Un Camino, speaking in perfect Spanish. Stop it, Mando. You're so mean, man. Why would you say that?
I did. That wasn't me.
It's recorded, right? Please rewind the tape. Who said it? Mando. That's so mean.
It's so mean. El Premio Mayor.
El Premio Mayor. Sí,
Huicho Domínguez is a legend.
Huicho Domínguez is a legend. His satin suit itself, it's a legend. Forget Huicho Domínguez.
Yes.
The satin suit.
One of the other big shows that you've been a part of.
Right? O sea, estamos viendo una cultura así de deep ahorita.
Another big show that you were a part
Estamos
of.
hablando como if it was rap, we were talking about like Biggie Smalls and Tupac. Like we're going there, right? We're going there.
Yes,
in the novela lingo.
Yes. We're talking Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, West, East Coast.
Yes. We're going into it. Yeah. Biggie. Yeah, we're doing all of that. We did the equivalent of that, but in novelas.
But in novelas.
Yeah. For sure.
Story.
Another big show that you were part of, obviously Jane the Virgin.
Jane the Virgin.
With my girl Gina.
Gina's amazing. You know Gina from way back?
Yeah.
She's so nice.
Before she. I remember when she first got the show. We went to Venice. We had this dinner.
Yeah.
And she kept. I obviously I didn't know. I mean, she hadn't shot. She was shooting the show or about to shoot the show. It hadn't aired. And Baldoni. Justin, he was there.
El del podcast de Men Enough.
Yes. So Justin was there, and she kept referencing Justin as her baby daddy.
The baby daddy. You were like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Do I need to know something?
I don't know? What's going on? Gina.
Are you pregnant? Where's your baby? Why are you hiding your baby? Like.
Yes. So yeah, huge congrats on all the success with that. That was amazing.
That was amazing. 100 episodes, so many awards. Híjole, one of those. Sí, was así como que wow, heavy, man, heavy. Thank God. It was an amazing project. Opened doors for me in Hollywood. It was just crazy. One of those very few projects that life, universe, God gives you. Like, go, my child. Have fun with this one.
Yeah, no, you were amazing in that, man. Jaime, what would you say is that next thing that you're looking forward to in your career?
I don't care, man. As long as it's the blessing of being, as long as it's the blessing of work, of being blessed with the ability and the gift of work, so I can provide for my family, I'm good.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Of course, good projects. You always hope for good projects. You always hope for good scripts, for good books, of course, because that's the backbone of a story, obviously. But as long as I'm privileged enough to keep working, so I can provide for my family, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Do we have a rough date on the Vicente biopic?
I have no idea, because we're going to finish recording that, taping that by the end of February.
Wow.
Let's say 6 or 8 months, probably, of post-production.
Wow.
Maybe. I have a movie. I shot a movie directed by Steven Soderbergh with Zoe Kravitz, and that's going to be for HBO Max, and that should come out within weeks, I think, right? Within weeks or something.
Wow.
And hopefully we're going to get a season 2 of Schmigadoon. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. You being a man of many like multifaceted, you do a lot of things, Jaime, and you're a very passionate man.
You think?
What do you say is that one thing right now that gets you excited career-wise?
Career-wise.
Because I know you act, direct, and I mean you do a bunch. You know, you sing. What has your heart right now?
Career-wise?
Yeah.
Always musical theater.
Yeah.
Always. I will always go back home when I'm on stage doing musical theater. I will always feel the more secure. I will always feel the more fulfilled. I will always feel the best, my best professional self on top of a musical theater stage.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
We are going to do our last part of our convo here, where we do Rapid Fire with Jaime Camil.
Rapid Fire with Jaime Camil. Bring it on. No.
All right, here we go. Rapid Fire with Jaime Camil.
¿Cuáles son las reglas?
You just answer as fast as you can.
Shoot. I'm so bad at it. Okay, let's go.
But if you want to go into detail on some of your answers, you can.
I want. Gracias. Gracias por no limitarme, Mando. Thank you.
Favorite Spanish word?
Chingadas madres.
That's 2.
No, porque es como una... Es como,
you put it together.
Sí, chingadas madres. Es como hashtag chingadas madres. Sí.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's 1 now.
It's 1 now, exactly.
A hashtag counts as 1, yeah.
Exactly. Porque you can have spaces, exactly.
Best song to play at a party?
Celebration.
Best singer of all time?
Very broad question. It's very difficult to answer.
You give me a top 3?
Vicente Fernandez. Best singer. Es que singer is very, es que I do this for a living. So I'm thinking now about technique and whatever and singing. No sé, I loved Seal. For a while, I loved Seal. I don't consider him the best singer, but I loved him. And I would say, I don't know, man. ¿Qué pinche pregunta más difícil? Bruno Mars!
Bruno Mars is amazing. Yeah. Shout out to Bruno.
Qué loco, ¿no? Mi Seal, Bruno Mars, Vicente Fernandez. ¡Pum, cabrón! ¡Boom! Yeah. Más diverso que eso no existe.
It's like that meme where it says...
Maxwell!
Oh, Maxwell!
Maxwell, amazing.
Yes. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it's like that meme. You're total like that meme that says my playlist on shuffle, and it has pictures of like Tupac next to Chalino.
Yeah. Grupo Firme.
Yes, it's all over. It's all over the place.
Claro.
Green or red salsa?
Green, creo que pica más, ¿no? Pero si es red con chipotle, pues no sé.
Favorite Mexican food dish?
Tacos. No. Mole. 3. ¿Puedo decir 3?
Yes.
Tacos, mole y chiles en nogada.
What's one of your nicknames that no one really knows about?
Ñanga.
Ñanga. ¿Por qué ñanga?
Porque era muy flaquito. I was very, very
like
ñango.
Like ñengo.
Era como ñango, sí, como ñango, como... Sí.
Ñanga.
Ñanga, ¿qué pedo?
Ñanga. Well, ñanga. I want to thank you for coming today.
Of course, man.
Nothing but love for
Same
you,
here,
Jaime.
man. Thank you very much. Gracias, Mando. Felicidades, man. You're killing it.
Gracias. Jaime Camil, thank you, brother, once again.
Thank you, man.
And thank you so much for watching and listening to Mando and Friends, presented by Verizon.